Top 7 answers on the board. Here we go. We asked 100 married women. Some days I'd be willing to trade my man for a really good what?
Pool boy.
A good what?
I'm sorry.
What did you just say? No.
I was just
Right here.
Yeah,
but what did you say though?
pool boy.
Hand off of me. Trade me in for no damn pool boy. Pool boy. Excuse me, that's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
This the man that wrote Think Like a Man?
Bro, this man is on a whole nother level of simping. He says she can bring, what'd she say? She can make another you. So that means I'm gonna go get a prostitute. Baby, because she can bring another me to the table. She bring another me. That's all you gotta have as a woman. You ain't gotta have nothing. No smarts, no work ethic, nothing. As long as you can have a baby. That's what he's telling you. This guy's a clown. Please do not listen to this man. This man, first of all, he left his wife who was dealt with him from the beginning to get with a woman who was with only rich men, drug dealers. Only dated drug dealers that would have never looked his way if he ain't had no money. He left the one who was with him when he ain't had nothing to get with one who only dated drug dealers and people with money. And who just got caught smashing his bodyguard. Because she don't want his big, bald-headed, ugly, what Cat Williams say? Mr. Potato Head looking too. You would never have a chick like that if you had money. You left the one who was down with you. You are a mark. Don't listen to this Mark dude, bro. I'm telling you.
This the man that's on his third marriage? Is this the man that adopted a woman who grew up under his leadership and got passed around like a blunt at a college party? This who's saying this? Yeah, you got your nerve. Yeah, us men want a woman that brings something to the table other than somebody else's kids, or other than a high body count, or an ego she developed from a father like you, telling her she deserved the world without having to take any accountability for anything she does. Then he gonna say a woman can make another you. Now I understand that there are women out there that build their man up, support him 200% and push him to be the best version of himself. But that's a small percentage of women in today's time. Most of these modern women have that mindset of, I want a man, but I don't need a man. So when that energy is projected towards men, we forced to adapt. Women say all the time that dating shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be all these games and this and that, but not understanding that they the gatekeepers of this shit. Us men, we act accordingly to women's actions and we don't complain about it. We just simply adapt. And when we adjust to the games they play, the mental warfare, we constantly get criticized because some of us beat them at their own game.
See these dudes? Hey, don't let this segment mess our marriage up.
Because her whole thing is to hide her past. I've been going across the internet is untruth, you know, about
Spend the rest of your life with is the single most important decision you will ever make. Know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family. That's our damn job.
Television personality Steve Harvey recently addressed circulating rumors about his personal life, specifically regarding allegations of an affair between his wife and his bodyguard. In a statement released by Harvey, he says, "As many of you know, I have recently discovered that my wife, soon-to-be ex-wife Marjorie Harvey, is having an affair with my personal security. I didn't want to think it was true, but I found out the hard way she's a dirty hoe and I never want to see her again. I asked for privacy."
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Now in my mind, I've been living in Cleveland my whole life. I've been living with my mom. It's been me and my mom. That's it.
That's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job?
I'm telling you, he is not the guy to listen to. He is not the guy to listen to. 3 failed marriages. 3 failed marriages. Like, what? What are you gonna tell me, dude? And then you go wife up a chick who you know don't want you, but want you for your money. Come on, bro. You failing, what?
What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible?
Things that should typically describe who you are, those things aren't manifesting themselves when the cameras are not rolling. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn and put on your gossip goggles because we're diving headfirst into the whirlwind romance of none other than your favorite Steve Harvey and his leading lady, Marjorie Harvey. Reportedly, the drama in this very famous
I don't know what I'm saying.
family has spilled over to the children, with Harvey's sons now blaming their father for letting Marjorie ruin the once happy family. Picture this: a comedy club in 1990, Memphis, Tennessee. Steve Harvey, the maestro of mirth, and Marjorie Harvey, a woman with a flair for fashion, crossed paths like ships in the night. They shared a chuckle, a connection, but the timing wasn't right for their love to bloom. Fate, it seems, had a better idea. Fast forward to 2005, after some life lessons and a bit of soul searching, the stars aligned. Harvey, now a bona fide talk show host, was single again.
She ain't even get with him. She denied him when he ain't had no money. She ain't even get with him until he got the bread.
And ready to seize the day. His trusty bodyguard, the unsung Cupid of their love tale, suggested rekindling the flames with Marjorie. And as you may already know, love lightning struck twice. But just who is Marjorie, and how does Harvey's other children feel about her? She's a fashionista, a fierce mama bear, and a woman who knows her own worth. She's a pro at blending families. At least what we thought.
So her bodyguard is the one who advocated for her getting with Steve Harvey. So, this seemed like some pimp stuff going on. So I know what he did was he like, all right, see, look, the bodyguard playing a pimp. You hear me? He like, all right, I'm smashing you anyway. You hear me? But what we're going to do is you're going to go get with this simp rich dude. You're going to go get his bread. You hear me? I'm his bodyguard. I'm right next to him. You hear me? To get the bread and bring it back to me. You feel me? And then I'm still going to be getting the cookies too. You hear me? That's what was going on. Because the bodyguard is the one who hooked them up, but he smashing her? Tell me that. Like, he the one set it up. He like, hey, you going to go get with Simp, dude. You're going to still bring the chicken to me. Some chicken, you hear me? And the box. But we need that bread, you hear me? Simp, boy, that boy getting played, boy.
Thought all along. We're talking 7 children from past lives that she welcomed into her heart like a true champion. Suddenly, these very children are now shifting the blame on her. From afar, Steve Harvey appears like a true family man. Family is my reason why, he once said about fatherhood. I work to leave a legacy and hopefully make the world a better place for them. The comedian first became a dad in 1982 when he and his then-wife, Marcia Harvey, welcomed twin girls, Brandy and Carly. The couple also had a son, Broderick Harvey Jr., in 1991 before their divorce in 1994. The talk show host welcomed another son, Winton, in 1997 with his second wife, Mary Shackelford, whom he was married to from 1996 to 2005.
Now, I don't know why people follow Steve. I really don't. Kind of confusing to me. He's a snake. He's a phony. He misleads women with his smart, slick talk. He's a simp. I want to call him part of the Simptation.
Simptation.
Actually is. It's a few more guys want to add to that group. But he snake burned him out of jealousy. That's disgusting to me. He goes on Shannon Sharp's show and bang his hand on the desk and start clapping while he's talking, which is what females do. That disgusts me. He started fights, can't finish. When he started with Cat, got roasted. Then he wanted to use a little political power to kind of usher Cat out. That didn't work. He's always working. He's always making sure you know he's always working. He sits around with his slick talk and gave you guys fake quotes. Trust me, Steve is not writing any of this stuff. If you think that, then you're really lost. He writes none of this stuff. Another thing is this. How you gonna tell women to think like a man? What kind of bullshit? Who does? But then again, that's toxic.
Yeah, who does that but a simp? Think like a man. Who would?
But then those same women run around talking about toxic men. or toxic masculinity. That bullshit. But then this man is telling you to think like a man. So if men are so bad, why would he tell you that? Why would you even listen to that? But see, this is my
self with the experience, and Shirley was a major piece in that puzzle. She had already been on syndicated radio for years and had been on Chicago radio for decades. It was the experience of people like her, those men and women who worked in the background, the experience of those PDs that got him on and brought him into their market and did whatever they could to support the brand and build it up. Marjorie did none of that. It's the behind the scenes staff that you don't know and his co-host who made that show. And this was a slap in the face to say that Marjorie built something that those people actually built. Steve is out of order for that. And now I see why his staff didn't like him in Chicago on that talk show, and I see why his current people, they're out here running to the blogs. That's just like saying that it was Vanessa who won Kobe's rings. It was Shaq and the rest of the team along with Phil Jackson and the rest of the coaching staff who won those championships. And Steve thinks he's saving Marjorie's image by saying all this, but he's so stupid that he can't even see what he's doing. And I'll explain that in a moment.
In 2007, we got married. In 2008, we found out that somebody had stolen 7 years of my tax returns. I ain't gonna mention no names. And we owed the government $22 million and we in debt. But then guess what? She stayed with me in that. Then guess what?
She stayed with you because the D-Boys already got locked up. She had no other bidders. And see, this is why he shouldn't have done this. He's looking crazy right now.
In 2009, I got Family Feud. In 2009, the book came out. In 2012, the talk show came out. I'm telling you, this woman got in the hole and built this with me. She didn't steal nothing.
Your agent got you your Family Feud deal by leveraging your talent, multiple decades of experience, and your brand that you built off the urban adult contemporary crowd on urban radio. Translation, Black people. The Black people in Ohio, Georgia, the Black people in Mississippi, the Carolinas, all over this country, the Black people of Chicago, and those PDs. That's how you got that deal. And the book deal, the one that you didn't even write, that's a whole nother story, but it wasn't Marjorie. And then the talk show, your brand that was solidified by Black people, that's how you got it. Again, not Marjorie. And when you got the talk show, it was the producers and the staff that you mistreated in Chicago that helped you to build it up.
And I'm tired of y'all talking about my girl. Because my girl is one of the best women I've ever met. And while you black ass people out there got these blogs like you just gonna destroy somebody, I don't really know what that's about. But don't worry about it, because it ain't working. Because all we are now, we are a tighter two-handed circle. Thank you for doing that. And you're not gonna split us up. And we're not going nowhere. And she is none of what you said she is. And she the best chick I know. Now I'm defending her. And you can feel how you want to feel about that. But let me...
Self with the experience. And Shirley was a major...
Hey, that's mega simp activity. That's another level of simp. Now he's saying all that, I'm gonna defend her. Now he's saying, now she getting smashed by my bodyguard. He should have added that. Now she getting smashed by, man, boy, you was a clown, boy.
Men change, and all men will change. But there's only one woman.
I ain't even gonna tell y'all to go back and watch that video for greater context. I'm in the lab, y'all. I'm just late night. I'm working, man. I'm grinding, pumping out content. That little clip I just played to y'all is about the only thing I agree with Steve Harvey with. Actually, I'm lying. There's some other things too. But I'm gonna tell you the reason why I wanted to do this video. Cause I always tell my wife, it's the same reason I always told her I ain't gonna be sitting up here listening to Dr. Phil on how to keep my wife when he on his second marriage. It's the same way I feel about Steve Harvey. Now, at the end of the day, he gives a lot of good advice to a certain degree. But when you talking about dating women, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it.
That's our damn. What happened to your wife? That's what I want to know. Why she smacked?
I think we all need to hold our judgment on this one, because Steve Harvey has reportedly said that this was lies, and I find it very convenient that a rumor would get...
It ain't lies, my boy. It's not lies, bro.
Started on the weekend when he fired that guy on Twitter who made that post. It wouldn't be too hard for a disgruntled employee to start a rumor online, especially someone who was handling his
No, because he was holding in a secret. And he like, it's a perfect time for me to put it out. You don't just make up stuff out of thin air. Why it had to be that guy that was made up? It couldn't have been nobody else. Think about it. Why was this guy? Rumors just don't come out of nowhere, bro. Trust me. It was something going on.
Media. But the number of men who have jumped at the opportunity to call Steve Harvey a simp is just funny. If you don't like
me, I'm one of them. Because you go get with a drug dealer wife. The wife denies you when you ain't had no money. Then got with you when you got money. She ain't never dated a number of drug dealers and people with money. Like, come on, bro.
Women just say so. If you don't think that you should treat your woman well, just say that. Love is a gamble and a risk. I don't care who you marry. You have to put your trust into somebody. And
that's not true. You don't have to put your trust in nobody. You got to put your trust in one person. That's God. You don't have to put your trust in any person. Don't ever let nobody believe that. Your first trust go to God. You put your trust in people, they're gonna fail you every time. People fails you every time. Now there's a level of trust you have with people, but you never put your total trust in someone. There's levels of trust I have with my wife being my wife, but I do not put my total trust in my wife. My total trust goes to God, because people will let you down every time. You never know. So you never put your total trust in any person. Don't let nobody ever tell you that.
Always the possibility of someone breaking your heart, cheating on you, or leaving you. And that is just the fucking chance that you take. Steve Harvey is not a simp for loving his wife. He did what he was supposed to do. Y'all just seem to have zero desire to put any effort into your relationships and your women, which I think says a lot more about you than him. Just saying. But
whatever.
Someone who I live with, long-term partner, but I'm in an open relationship. And until there's something going on here, I'll make another decision after that.
Wait a minute.
So do you go out with other people?
Him?
I do.
And you're in an open relationship?
I am.
Wow.
That is so cool.
She's a sexologist.
I don't give a damn.
That's been,
I got options.
wow. Are you okay with him
These
going
women crazy, bro. Side man is the new normal. Lord have mercy.
out with other people too?
Yeah, I think that the exchange really is that we are both in a position in our lives where we love each other, we partner, we share a lot of great things with one another, but we don't place those kind of rules or restrictions.
You live with this guy?
I do.
You love him?
I love him.
Do you date other men?
I have in the past. If there's someone that I met that I wanted to have an exchange or a dinner with or learn more about in that capacity, I have, but I'm not exclusively.
So if he rolled up on you and you was having dinner with a dude, he all right with that?
That would never happen. We communicate. I tell him everything. He would know where I'm going.
You tell him you going out with a dude?
I tell him everything.
Man, look here.
You know what?
This some new mess,
teach a
right?
class or something.
You don't need to teach no class. You need to be quiet. This crazy.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I agree with Steve Harvey on that one. You know what I'm saying? I agree with him on this point right here.
Finna do that? You can't get nobody to do that. You can get somebody to do it.
What are you talking about? Though technically, The Bachelor is the same thing. You're in an open relationship at the time when you're dating and courting 25 plus people.
She's not living with them. You
Right.
have
You weed them
out. Wow, that's amazing. What do your parents think about this?
My parents are very supportive of it. They
Wow.
love him, they adore him, they understand, and they have an unconventional relationship themselves. So I think that for me, it's just a matter of finding the right match for me. I think everyone should find the right match for them.
What y'all clapping for?
Yes, I like it.
You not finna do that? No, you not finna do that.
I'm gonna try it.
You just got inspired.
I'm gonna try it.
I gotta stay on this for a minute. You're a really attractive woman.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
We in a relationship. We in love with each other. You ain't finna go see nobody. I can't because you my girl.
Right.
I can't. You my girl. You can't be my girl and be somewhere with somebody else. Cause now you ain't my girl. Now you our girl.
I agree with that, like 100%. So this segment, I agree with. So I don't want y'all to say I ain't agreeing. I agree with this segment.
You know what? That's why you're Marjorie's man. I mean, that's what I think. I meet so many young women who are like, I'm looking for a committed relationship, but I can't find anyone to settle down with. Should I just start hooking up to be part of the culture? I said, no, you have to know what you want. There will be someone out there for you.
Okay.
So I love that you know what you want, and I know what I want, which is why I found who I'm supposed to be with, and vice versa.
Okay, so now, let me give you some uncle advice. If this guy, you finally found what you want to do, you got to shut the door on this here. Because now you need to find out if you who he want. You got to quit playing this game because it's dangerous with men. Because see, until we close the door, we open forever. Now this the one you want. Now he over somewhere hugged up in the corner with somebody else. You're going to be hurt.
But I know people who are in a network of married relationships that have been open for 40 plus years. They have children together, they remain open. So I just think that I may have a different access of information than you do, which is why I've chosen a decision for me based on that. But I respect the advice, I love the love, and I love that you're in love, and love that I'm in love the way I want to be in love. And I encourage all women to find their way as well too.
Now, let's make one clearing. When we're saying you should date multiple people, dating people is different from sleeping with people.
True.
Now, you can date multiple people until you find out what's right for you. I do not recommend sleeping with multiple people because it takes you too far out the game. This woman right here, this beautiful girl, is in a relationship. She's found the guy of her dreams. Now, until this dude decides she's the chick of his dreams, we don't have a match, folks. Because he gonna hunt until he feel like stopping. I hate to tell y'all that.
Oh my God, what are you gonna do?
You know what? The same thing I've been doing. Being great, loving great, and loving all that you had to say. So I respect that. I respect that.
It's cool, but you
great.
I think that if this guy had a brain in his head, this a bad girl over here.
That's exactly
And I think, as smart as you are, when you put the whole package together, he ain't gonna find you nowhere.
Nah, this one is simping activities going on. Listen, when a woman is a certain way, ain't no changing them. It's not your job to change them. You gotta let God handle that. As soon as she said that and she clarified her statement 1,000,000 times with him, I love your information, but I love the way I love, and the conversation would have been over. You do you. Cause she ain't listening to none of you saying. You telling her you are this type of woman. No, you telling her the type of woman you want her to be in your head, but she's telling you the woman she is. Right now, she's telling you the woman she is. She don't want to be the woman you're telling her. You're telling her you are a great. No, she's that woman. She's not a great woman. She's the woman who want to have a man and go sleep around with a whole bunch of men. That's what she's telling you. So the woman you saying she is, she not. She's telling you what type of woman she is. Men, guys, when a woman tell you who she is, or you see who she is, that's it. Do not put it on yourself to try to change that woman. That's like I say, that's like taking a lion out of the wild and making him a house pet. I'm pretty sure y'all heard the stories of lions mauling people who try to make them house pets because it's just their nature. That's just who they are. You can't change it. Same with this woman. You can't change it. That's who she want to be.
It ain't another you.
That's why I'm not worried. I don't have to live a life of being concerned about what this person's gonna do. I don't have to restrict their choices to know that I'm an incredible choice. And if they choose someone different, then I'm happy for you. There'll be someone great for me as well too. So I think for me, just open just means being realistic and being in control. And I'm happy that advice exists, but I'm also happy that my advice exists for people who can connect to what I'm saying. And those who know, you know, and we good.
Okay.
If my life is for rent and I don't learn to buy, well, I just
read this. Steve Harvey was angry and snubbed his wife Marjorie Harvey after Steve left. Look at Marjorie Harvey's face. She was shocked because Steve didn't even look at her. Does he feel betrayal?
nothing more than I get. 'Cause nothing I have is truly mine. And if my life is for rent, and I
They look mad. Something going
as
on.
far as when Steve and I got together, he had a whole nother idea of what he was planning on doing after his.
I am disappointed in Marjorie because you don't sell out to family. Because Steve Harvey may dump you just like he did Mary the next day. But family's gonna be there.
You're really here so I can honor you.
Hold on to your seats, folks, because the glam world is in an uproar, and this isn't just any regular piece of gossip. Marjorie Harvey, the other half of TV sensation Steve Harvey, didn't hold back as she unveiled a revelation that left everyone spellbound. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Secret Life Channel. Using her personal social spaces as her platform, Marjorie confessed to a marital misstep. The moment has come for me to be transparent. I've clung to this hidden truth for more than I should have. Indeed, I faltered in my marriage, but today I decide to speak my truth, not just for my sake, but for every woman who feels the need to conceal her reality. But that's not all. She also fired some shots that were clearly directed at her superstar husband, Steve, implying all wasn't rosy in paradise. For a long time, I've existed under the silhouette of a man who presents himself as faultless, but nobody is without flaws. Neither me nor definitely Steve, she remarked, adding fuel to the fiery revelation. Now the fandom is split. There's a sea of fans, awash with sympathy for Steve, thinking of him as the wronged party. Yet, a segment applauds Marjorie's authenticity, lauding her for laying bare her truth. Everyone's eyes are now fixated on the A-King of talk, Steve Harvey, eagerly awaiting his comeback on this bombshell news.
Let's first say that you shouldn't feel guilty for anything.
You know, they asked me to do this. I said I'll take a shot at it, but it's a difficult thing.
Whispers in Hollywood's elite circles suggest that there's a tempest brewing in the Harvey mansion. Gossip aficionados are engrossed in Marjorie's recent deeds that appear to be threatening the harmony of the Harvey empire. Some are even hinting that she might be plotting an exit, aiming for a sizable chunk of Steve's fortune. Word on the street paints a tale of Marjorie crafting her own game, perhaps beyond just an affair.
My wife, she got up with me. She was the best.
She looking at him like, man, look at this son. I'm finna take all this bread. I'm finna take half of everything he on, boy. That ain't no bubble, my boy. But hey, man, we're gonna end it right there, man. Hey, message of the day: don't be a simp, Harvey. You hear me? Hey, see you next video. Let's get it.